Toby lay poor under the bridge. Donald and Douglas watched. Oh no, they said. Well, said Douglas, time for me to go. I'm going back to Scotland. Puffed away. Angrily. Just then, he heard propellers. It was Harold. Nobody saw him. He was way up in the air. Look, I found something. It's an old scrapped engine under a bridge. Harold tied a rope. No, it's me, cried Toby. When he got out, he was smashed and crushed, damaged. Footplate defender. Nobody could recognize him. Harold flew him high into the air. Help, cried Toby. Help. Harold sent him back down onto the tracks. You're working with me now, scrap engine, said Harold. You'll be fine. Donald, come back. Douglas, come back, cried Donald. No, said Douglas, I will not come back. You keep calling me Douglas. I won't call you anymore. Douglas, said Donald. Did you call me Douglas? Said Douglas. Yes, said Donald. Then, oh fine, I'll help, but only for once. Okay, Donald. They puffed onto the helipad track. So, what's going on? Said Douglas worriedly. Toby crashed, and now Harold thinks he's a scrap engine, and he's trying to pick him up. Toby puffed as hard as he could backwards. Harold's weight was more than Toby's. Oh, Toby cried, help me! He was starting to come off the track. Ugh! Harold flew higher into the air. Douglas sped by as fast as he could, coupled on to Toby. Don't worry, I'll save you, Toby, he said. He backed up. He got. He's mine, cried Harold. No, he's ours, cried Douglas. No, said Toby. I'm not yours, I'm Toby. They pulled back as hard as they could. Just then, Donald joined in. They pulled back as hard as they could. He's ours, cried Donald. They pulled. It was a giant tug of war. But still, Harold's weight was more than all of them. The coupling snapped and Toby flew high into the air. Help, he cried. Harold pulled Toby up into the air. Donald and Douglas caught him. He's ours, they cried. He's mine, cried Harold. He's ours, they cried. Pulled. Toby pulled. The tug of war began again. Oh! Suddenly the road started to break. Harold pulled. Toby pulled. They pulled. Soon there was a knot. It was almost broken. Then it broke. Harold flew. Oof, he cried. Donald, Douglas, and Toby fell backwards too. They landed safely on the track and derailed. Oof, oof, ow, they said. How could you catch the scrap engine, said Harold. He's Toby, cried. Harold took one closer look at him and he said, oh, Toby, what are you doing here? I crashed, he said, a little angry. Thanks to Douglas. Douglas cut him off. Okay, I won't call you Douglas anymore, said Toby. Nobody will. So it was Douglas's help just to get me free, said Toby. Thank you, Douglas, and thank you, Donald, too, said Toby. Douglas did most of the work. Bye, said Harold. Okay, see you later. And he flew away. Okay, I guess I better go now, said Toby. But first, we have to get you to the steamworks. So they brought Toby to the steamworks. They had won a good battle. Toby had a wonderful time at the steamworks. As for James, he stopped calling Dougal too. He was frustrated. But they didn't mind. What, you don't mind, said Donald. I don't mind, said Douglas. And I had a wonderful evening and all day together. And Douglas didn't want to move to Scotland ever again. And James never called Douglas Dougal again, that's for sure. The end.